Since European settlement in 1788, Aboriginals have felt judged and criticised by others because of their appearance, lifestyle and culture. Although many have overcome hurdles, others are still disadvantaged. Statistically, Indigenous people have poorer health, less educational opportunities, lower life expectancy, fewer employment options, and many live in very remote areas. An issue facing Aboriginal people that has stood out to me is the unusually high prevalence of diabetes. Just briefly, diabetes sufferers experience high levels of glucose in the blood. This is caused by a poor diet and insufficient physical activity. At the moment, the death rate for diabetes in Aboriginal people is 3 times as high as non-Indigenous people. As a vulnerable group, Aboriginal people encounter stigma and discrimination on a daily basis because of these issues. They experience racism today just as much as they did in the past. So, what actually is stigma? The term stigma is an assumption of weaknesses in somebody's character by another person or group. A person is labelled due to the kind of illness they may have and are seen as a certain stereotyped group. Taking a strength-based approach should be used to address stigma constructively. We need to encourage people from a young age to be open-minded and understanding of Aboriginal affairs. We need to educate them about the history of Aboriginals and focus on the positives. This will encourage future generations to be accepting of other cultures, and in turn decrease stigma surrounding Aboriginal people. The stigma that faces diabetes sufferers is challenging enough, let alone being of Indigenous culture as well. Aboriginal people with diabetes experience exclusion, rejection, and fear. But what can be done for the Aboriginals themselves? Firstly, access needs to be available. Not all, but a lot of Aboriginals still live in fairly remote areas. Not only access to healthcare facilities, but education should be provided. With the knowledge of what diabetes actually is and how to prevent it and treat it, will decrease the prevalence of the illness. They need to be aware that healthy eating and exercising regularly is key to a long and healthy life. In 1994, a program supported by the Queensland Government was developed to increase awareness of how important healthy eating and physical activity is. It is a guide named What to Eat and aimed at Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders. But how do we know? By providing these kind of strategies, people will actually participate. To influence participation, Aboriginals will need to feel comfortable. They need to feel like nobody is judging or stigmatising them. Just like the steps we looked at to decrease stigma, a strength-based approach could be used to encourage Aboriginals to get involved. We could ask them directly, what do you think will make you want to eat healthy every day? They could reply, well, I don't even know where sells fresh fruit and veg, so a fruit market in the neighbourhood would be good. Finding out what people want more of and building rather than fixing could increase participation in programs and initiatives substantially, improving the health of vulnerable and Aboriginal people.